Okay, so the first one, where and when were you born?
In Montgomery County in Troy, North Carolina, and raised there.
What year?
1924, year I was born.
My grandma was born in 1931.
Was. Your who?
My grandma.
Your grandma, 31. And I was born in 24.
Okay, so what were you doing before your brother went off to the war? Like, what was your family life like in your teens, your childhood?
Me and my brother was real close because there was 7 of us. I was the youngest, and my brother was next. So we was only 2 left at home there for several years,
Mm-hmm.
and we was real close. And it liked to kill me when he went to service.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he got wounded real bad, had his arm off, and he was 100% disabled. And it hurt
Dang.
back then.
Did your family experience effects of the Great Depression?
Yeah, I guess so, because I remember my mom and them planting potatoes and be glad when those potatoes get big enough they could eat.
Mm-hmm.
And more, we'd eat potatoes every day for supper
Oh,
for the longest. But they tasted good. We was glad to have them. We thank God for them.
yeah. How did the experiences that you had affect your life?
What?
How did your experiences affect your life?
Affect my life? I think it made me a lot smarter in a lot of ways. Being honest
Mm-hmm.
is the first thing I remember of. My daddy always made me. I found a $10 bill one time laying in the floor in my cousin's grocery store. I run to my daddy with it. I was about 6, 7 years old. Old enough I could remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Look what I found, and I'm going to buy me a Shirley Temple doll. No, you're not. You're taking that and giving it to my cousin that run the store on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody claims it within 10 days, you don't get it no more. But if nobody don't claim it, then you can get it then.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that broke my heart. I thought that was my money.
Yeah.
And then when I realized what a lesson he had taught me, and other things too like that, was it worked. When I went to working, one payday they paid everybody in there way too much. Biggest part of them cashed them. I said, oh no. My daddy's face popped up in front of me. I'm not cashing mine. I'm going to give it back to him. Tell him I've got way too much money.
Yeah.
So I think I was about the second or third one that ever turned me in at all. But they had checks, they called them in, made them give it back to them. But I didn't have to be made. I'd done
Yeah.
turned mine in, told them it was too much. You learn a lot like that.
Yeah. A lot of kids don't do that nowadays.
No, they wouldn't, but I would.
Mm-hmm. So, going off of that, what message would you like to leave future generations who didn't experience life back then?
To be honest, regardless of anything. Put that first and then God. First God first and then that. The two things most important in this world.
What's one thing you'll never forget from your part?
No, it's kind of hard to think. I guess I'll never forget my daddy taking up for me every little thing. I was the baby one.
Yeah.
He'd take up for me. And
So you're the youngest out of all of the children?
I was 7,
Oh.
youngest of 7. And he petted me. I didn't have to eat cornbread.
Oh.
And I still don't eat it much. Because he didn't like it.
Yeah.
So if he didn't eat it, I didn't have to eat
Yeah.
it. And what else was it he didn't like? Something else besides cornbread that I wouldn't eat. Green beans.
Mm.
I wouldn't eat them till after I got married, really. Had to raise kids, teach them to eat them.
When did you get married?
Oh, Lord, don't ask me that. It's many years ago. I've even forgot, but it's been a long, long time. Let's see. My oldest one is 90, what I'm talking about, is 68 or 9
Oh.
years old. And I was married 4 years before she was born. That had been a long, long time.
So did you help out at home while the men went off to the war? Can you think of anything you did?
I was a baby when I got by with everything.
Yeah.
Learned to sew and cook. I would give a nickel if you go out and play, get on my way. I learned to aggravate my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So that way she'd give me a nickel to go play. That was making money good boy.
Nice.
I bet they ain't many can say that though. But that was the way I made my candy money. Was going out to play.
Is there anything you feel like we haven't talked about and you want to add to people understanding life in the...
Always, always be honest and be good to your parents no matter what. That is the best thing I think any child can do. Be good to their parents even after they get old.
Mm-hmm.
Which mine's good to me. I can't complain, about that.
Yeah.
Because I was the one who found this place. They didn't know where it was at. It was going me to go right at my apartment.
Do they live far away? Do they live far?
They live in Thomasville.
Oh.
Not very far. But I had a friend live right at me. Her mother passed away over here back during that back end.
Mm-hmm.
And she's telling me all about it and all. So that's why I said I'd rather be here, because if I'd been right there at the house, my apartment, they'd be there aggravating me every day. So
Yeah.
eat this now, eat that now. Here I eat what I want to eat. They asked me all kind of questions, and then at the last they said, "Do you and her get along good?" I said, "I've never had no trouble with her in my life." They said, "Well, thank you." About that time, Pat got up there to the office. Then she comes running back down there. My daughter says, "Mother, I'm so proud of you." Said, "If it wasn't for you, I don't know what we would do." We had her in that place they wanted me in.
Yeah.
And they put her in rehab. So they didn't have no room for her.
Mm-hmm.
They had to pay $750 or get her out that day. Or the next day or something, have
Yeah.
a place for her to go. And said, now they're going to take her over there where you at. Said, we tried every place and all of them's full. And said, they was full over there till you talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
And said, now they're going to take her.
Yeah.
So all of them's great-grands, and this little Dixie's.
So what kind of job did you have
Growing up,
Yeah.
first job I had, I went to work for my cousin in a rug mill. It turned to be loose. Said, let her learn anything she wants to in here. My cousin told him, says,
Yeah.
all the place. She's my cousin, turn her loose, let her do anything. So I went around and learned everything. Job to job. And I stayed there about almost a year. And where did I go from there? I wound up inspecting in furniture before it went to the finishing room.
Yeah.
It paid more in a furniture plant than most other things for women. And I weighed 100 and 101 pounds all of the time. And I'd have to lift these Chester drawers. Of course, I'd take the drawers out.
Mm-hmm.
Lift all of that. That's why my bones ache so bad, I think. Everything I had to lift.
So
Get up on a track,
Yeah.
rolling, climb up there. I didn't have a bit of trouble because I weighed 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Get up there and inspect the top of it, open the lid on a dining room table. I'd have to pull it, get it open, and push it back. My arms would be black and blue across
Oh my
here.
gosh.
After we'd run a bunch of it. I didn't think nothing about it then.
So were you eager to start working and like make money for your own?
Make money for when I was young.
Yeah. Well, as an adult too.
Want to call it, but I reckon the first job I had was just, I don't even remember it. It was in that rug mill, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Was the first job I had. And they didn't carry me home. I didn't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
Because didn't many kids have cars
Yeah.
back then. Mine was lucky. They all thought I had to have a car when they got 15 or 16. And I got them one, a nice one, but not no new ones.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd wreck them.
Yeah, I just get a car.
You know, the kind I used to drive when I got it on my own, buying my own cars.
What kind?
I used to drive. I said, shut your mouth, boy. Everybody's in here listening to you. Well, wait, I ain't told her about you throwing me from the front seat to the back seat. I said, don't tell her. He was just blabbing it out, thinking she remembered.
Yeah.
Finally, she told him, said, Joey, I wouldn't have known you if I saw you on the street now. Said, that's been years ago.
Yeah.
See, he was the oldest of all them grandyoungers. But just blabbering all that out. I got him quietened down.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I threw him from the front to the back. I remember doing it, but it was safe. You know, I think I just stomped it down and then let off.
Yeah.
He'd go, "Beep."
Oh my God.
And then I think Noah and Isaac was just a little too young to be in there when I was chasing the gnats coming back from Happy Lake.
Yeah.
You know where Happy Lake is? Over close to China Grove, out back in the country there.
Yeah.
Nice place. I'd load my car up, we'll take them over there, coming back and say, "See that gnat?" Just going 20 miles an hour. But they thought it was something big.
Yeah. Thought it was a big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal at all. Then a tornado tore it up. Red Springs up, you can't go through. Said, "Where was you going?" I said, "Lumberton." "Oh, well, you okay then." Said, "It was an old store there. Never been painted, but old-timey store." He said, "You go straight this road. There's going to be a lot of roads crossing it, but don't turn them. Go straight this road." 16,
Yeah.
15-year-old, I think he was about 15. I said, "Now get under the wheel." I put the sled over. "I can't drive." I said, "I know you can't, but that's what you're under there. You're going to learn." So he drove all the way through there, which it was way out in the country. No cops at all. You know, you didn't see that. And every time we'd go through there, he'd go and drive, so I'd let him drive. Almost. They can't believe I do that.
Yeah, we were looking for you. She's
And then that stuff can be a pain. And then the sciatic nerve going down in it. And my doctor's home already, Dr. Burchell. So he's trying to save that leg. Didn't want it to give out on me. I couldn't wear, I'd wear tennis shoes. I meant sandals up there. Throw them away when you get home. I said, "You crazy man, throwing my shoes away." One time he just said, "Now that's the kind of shoe I want you to wear, but not unlaced."
Yeah.
See, these ain't one. And I reckon that's how many kids was that?
8
8 kids or grandkids?
grandkids.
That's it, that's all of them, 8
Yeah.
grandkids. And I've got 10 great-grands. That's them up there, what
Yeah.
say, some left out of there. But I've lost down to 93 pounds.
Dang.
I weighed 104, 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Can't you tell it in his picture? Lou?
Yeah.
He's smart as a whip. When they come up here last July, he says, "I'm a big boy now, Daddy. I
How
can
old is
handle
he?
my grandma." He's about 8 now,
Oh.
I think. "I can handle grandma. Take your cane, grandma. That's all we need. I'll get your arm." He gets
Oh,
me by
gosh.
the arm. Here we go into the car.
Yeah.
You know that. Any kid your age is going to have to do a little
Yeah.
big-sized manners, because a lot of us old grandmas going to let you get by with it. My head was a roommate. She was old and sickly. And I'd go over and give her water and stuff, you know, that you can't do for them because
Yeah.
they won't let you. But she'd hold that hand up when she got real sickly. I'd take a hold of it and stand over overnight. I know one night I stood there about 10 minutes till she dropped it and she went to sleep. I'd come on back to bed. And when she went over across the hall for 3 days before she passed away, you know, and her daughter asked me would I go over there tonight and talk to her, see if she was all right. I said, "Yeah, I would do it anyway." I'd go over her and I'd say, "Give me your hand, Doris. This is me." She'd raise that hand up just as slow, and finally she'd push it with the other. I'd get a hold of it and she'd squeeze my hand just as hard as she could, but it wouldn't be much, you know. I knew she wasn't lasting long because she would hold it there a little bit and then drop it. Last night I went over there. Her daughter said she was about ready to go, you know. Well, the last time I called her, she held that hand up, pushing it, and I got a hold of it, and she squeezed me just a little bit and dropped it. That was it. That was the last time she was able to live to hold it up for her. And she left me a grandson, as many as I had. He comes in here now.